There are considerable rumblings all around, not only New York City, but around the country from small business owners who continue to feel like the time is up. They've been shackled up. They want to stand up for freedom. They want to get out of their houses. They want to get back to their businesses. They want to reopen. Many groups right here in Staten Island, including restaurateurs and bars and other restaurants, like my buddy Joe O'Toole and Angelina Malerba and Max, Robert DeLuca. Restaurants are now banding together, and they're going to be joining in with the opening hopefully tomorrow. And hopefully the people can cause some change. And someone trying to cause some change on a topic that's going in the wrong direction, to me, education and remote learning, joins us right now. Jennifer Bohr-Cuevas is with us. She's a great friend of the show. She's here with Frankie. She is a licensed clinical social worker and disaster mental health professional. Hey, Jen, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
We're doing
Still
well.
on Facebook.
How you doing? So, Jen, tell us about the group. That's amazing. You're the spokesperson. I know Jesse has his own special challenges, and school is really important. Why do we need to? What is your group trying to do here to end remote learning?
Okay, so yes, I am honored to say that I've been asked to be the spokeswoman for New York parents and teachers against distant learning. Over the last week or two, Governor Cuomo, on one of his daily briefings, had presented the idea that we should perhaps reimagine learning, reimagine education, and perhaps consider making it a permanent arrangement that we educate our kids online from home. And Governor Cuomo posed the question, why do we need school buildings? And so that has now gotten a lot of people up in arms. And you know, I have to say too, I mean, we're working through this novel virus, and now Governor Cuomo presents the idea of a novel education. This furthers the trauma for people. So our group has come together to protest these ideas. Governor Cuomo put together a committee called the Reimagine Education Committee, and it is filled by people that do have a lot of educational titles. However, from my research, it doesn't seem to have people that can give their expertise on our disability population, our kids who have English as a second language. So there's a lot of questions now about this committee. Governor Cuomo is not committing to having the kids return back in September. And I do get that a piece of that is he's waiting to see how the coronavirus sort of plays out over the summer. But he is, aside from that, he is on a quest to find out why we need to be in school buildings.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can't even imagine. I actually took a poll on my own. I was with my kids this weekend. We were having some family time, social distancing, of course. But, I was saying, hey, would you rather do this or not? And my son, who, he didn't love getting up and running to school every morning, but he said, Daddy, I go, tell me the truth, because I'm railing against this, but I'd really like to know how you kids feel about it. My son is 14, John. He said, Daddy, you should go on there and say that I'm getting dumber. He goes, because I'm not really learning anything. He said, tell them I'm getting dumber because I'm not really into it. We're trying our best. The teachers are doing a great job, but it's just not the same. And I don't feel like I'm really learning like I should be. And to hear that from a 14-year-old who loves playing video games, that they'd rather go to school and learn, I guess that's the best place to poll. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Look, the reasons are endless as to why we need to keep kids educated in a school building. If you pull those buildings, you are removing, you strip children of the social emotional learning. You strip them of community, of special education services. The list is endless. And the other question is, how do the parents return back into the workforce if their kids are being homeschooled? So there is a lot that feels wrong about this. And so our group, as of this week, is calling on Governor Cuomo to be transparent about this Reimagining Education Committee, to introduce us to the committee. We're asking them to make sure that all populations of children are represented, and we would also love to see this committee give us frequent briefings throughout the summer. So, you know, it really is a very difficult thing for us to wrap our heads around, how our children would not re-enter the school building for the free and appropriate education that they are entitled to. In September, again, the caveat is that our group wants safety. So we are not against the social distancing and safety measures that the kids would need to return with. However, online schooling permanently is just not something that could work.
So, Jennifer, obviously, everything you say makes perfect sense. I am curious, what if there is still a realistic threat of the coronavirus come September? The mayor and the governor were both criticized for waiting a little too long for pulling the plug on the school year this time around. If there is still a coronavirus threat come September, if there is sort of a spike in part of a second wave, is online schooling something that you think you could deal with at that point, or would you encourage school administrators to forge ahead even with the risks involved?
Absolutely. I met with the administrators of the group, three wonderful women who actually put the group together, and we now have a following of 4,000 people. And we have adopted the CDC. We are all on the same page that we are going to support what the CDC's recommendations are. So yes, Frankie, if we are back in a situation that we were in March, then yes, we support being online schooling. However, if we in September are in a place where the numbers are down and we are not in a pandemic anymore by definition, then why shouldn't our children go back to school?
No, you're right. Jen, we're having a little bit of an issue with your audio, so we're going to have to cut it off. We're going to have you back every week, and this issue will stay on the top of the plate. I'm looking for kids to get back to Little League. I'm looking for kids to get back to school. I'm looking for people to go back to church and all that good stuff. I'm on your team. I'm with you guys. Anything we can do to help promote it, you just keep us posted. Thank you, Jen.
Thank you.
All right, you're the best. All right, Frankie's still with me. We've got a couple of minutes here. Frank, certainly an important topic to keep our eye on, but it looks like for this year it's a fait accompli. Maybe in September kids will go back to school, I guess.
Well, look, I mean, I have friends that are parents and friends that are teachers, and from what I hear, at least in New York City, this has turned out to be a total disaster. So I don't begrudge parents for wanting kids to get back into a more conventional setting. And as Jennifer said, if parents are going to be going back to work, what are they supposed to do in terms of childcare if if kids aren't going to be in school? So there's a lot of logistical problems to be worked out between now and September. That's for sure.
Okay. Did you share the Facebook live stream?
I did, yes.
You did. Okay. And I've asked and encouraged others. We're having a banner day so far, from what I could see, with our loyal Facebook audience, and it looks like a lot more people are coming in. But if you could, we're going to be doing all kinds of fun stuff today. We got all kinds of great guests. We're going to mix it up, where we talk about it. Are we going to mix it up? Oh, no. We're going to come back right after this. We're going to do the news of the day with me and Frankie, right? Okay, now they're looking at me. We're having some issues with Jen's audio there, Frank. So
Yeah, I heard.
I was hearing her okay. But
I wasn't sure if that was just me or if that was everybody.
yeah, I guess it turned out to be everybody, not me. But we have 30 seconds left here, so we're going to take a quick timeout right now, a little update on the markets before we go. Dow up 250. Bitcoin in rebound mode. Yesterday it was under 9,000. Today it's at 9,100 and change. So there's gaining a little more stability there. And there will be no stability whatsoever as I mix up a drink and John Burnett and David Eisenbach, Democrat, Republican, mix it up on the news of the day. Take a quick break. They'll be back with me right after this.